presentation. It's gone to your Gmail account. I want it to go to your UTAS account. Hi, Sarah. Just double checking. Right. Done. That's been sent. Cool. Awesome. So, let me get it. So, Ming Chow and I have read through. Oh, excuse me. Need to go to bed. Have read through your outline presentation, and Ming Chow's given you a few comments, sort of in the results area, talking about making sure you. I'll put the link in our chat if that's easier.
It's a bit hard to assess accurately because, like, this is just
the draft. The
draft, yeah. So it could be that she will address it at some point, but just
keep that in mind, I suppose, is what.
Just whatever has come to mind from reading that document. Another thing that I was concerned about, which I haven't actually written down, is I think it is way too long. I don't think she's going to have enough time.
It's at 15, 17 slides. So we need to, the important thing that we're sort of waiting on, so it's good that you've got this conceptually done, and you're right, reading through the comments that you got for your previous presentation, you had to talk a little bit more. They wanted you to talk about so what of literature, so that's fine. But once you've your discussion chapter is done, then we'll be able to properly put together your presentation, because they're the things you really want to hit home. At the moment, we've just got some of the things we were talking about, but there's been nothing drawn out yet about the models, and that's because you're still doing it, and that's fine, but we really can't do anything until that chapter's done. So for Thursday, what it'll end up being is if we can get the chapter either tonight or tomorrow, it will give Ming Chow and I a chance of reading through the discussion chapter, and then for that session that we've got on Thursday at 10 o'clock, what we can do, it'll be a mixture. It can be a mixture of putting the presentation together in a sense and maybe doing some run through some certain bits, but I don't think we'll be able to do a complete run through because we'll be sort of trying to edit it as we go. So that would be a working session on Thursday. And then once I hear back from Sarah about, I am expecting you'll be required to record this. So if that's the case, that'll actually buy us a little bit of time, because you could do a recording of it and send it to Ming Chow and I by Friday. We can have a look at it and see if there's anything that's missing, and then you can either tweak it or submit it. What do you think, Ming Chow?
Yeah.
So that's one way we can help if it's a recording one. I'm not sure how it would work if it'd be live, because really people are marking now. Oh, I've got to start yawning. I need some sugar or something. People are marking now, and they might not all be available to do a live presentation. So you'd be essentially probably doing the presentation to myself, Ming Chow, and Sarah. And again, that's not ideal either. So I need to find out. And he's fairly quick on email, so I should find out in the next hour or so, I imagine.
And I want to know, as you mentioned that there are too many contents in my presentation structure, but I don't know where should be more important or less? Like the literature review part, it's a large chapter, and I don't know what I need to show to present to you, or if I need to talk more about the results, the and how I do the thematic analysis and our
It
discussion chapter.
it might be the things that you've got here, like you've got results of the literature review 1, 2, and then you've got 3. It might be that slides 2 and 3 you can speak to slide 3 about. So it could be, it might be that you use that those 2 models, but you can talk about things like wellness communication tools, social networks, digital social networks, wellness information seeking behaviour. They can be points of topics that then draw you to this slide. I don't think you might need another slide, but I don't think all this information can go on your slides. It might be talking points for you. So it might be that you have wellness information seeking behaviour, and you might have just the 3 letters like A, B, and C underneath it, and then you speak about the rest. Same with when do people interact with social networks to improve. You might have A and B underneath as just 2 dot points, and then you talk about the rest. Until we see them in slide format, it's a bit harder to sort of judge that. So it's not necessarily we need to get rid of it all. It just might be some of it might be on the slides, and some of it might be you actually speak about
talking points. Yeah.
So I can
so,
I can still put this on my slides, but I just need to talk about some of the important points.
Yeah, so what we need to probably do is see how you put it on slides first, and then we can help you edit it a bit more. Because
Ishan, rather than, sorry, Erin, send the PowerPoint slides and send it with the notes page. I think that's a good way to go, because then we'll know typically what she's talking to. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good idea, Ninja.
Thank you. I'm good for something.
You're always good for something.
And about the research question, when I'm refining my discussion chapter, I don't know how to explain why it's important or significant.
In your submission, in your last, in your thing,
in my last
methodology,
chapter,
I remember we cooked something up, but I can't remember what it is we cooked up.
It should be in your methodology as to why you were doing it. It'd be
significance of research or something.
Yeah, it was. We've got it somewhere.
I write something about it, but when the last semester's presentation, the feedback says that the statement of my research question is still weak.
And that might be because you hadn't shown, because they also said with your literature, they wanted a bit more depth. So sometimes when they're saying your research question or your statement of your research question is weak, it's because you haven't justified it enough with the literature. So it's not a comment you can always sort of view by itself. And because you got the comment also where it said they wanted you to go into a bit more of the justification, I think that's really the one and the same comment. They wanted to see a greater justification in your literature for why are these research questions, why is there a gap, and then why are these research questions important to understand, if that makes sense. Would you agree, Ming Chao?
Yeah, I can't remember what we cooked up last time. But I am concerned that is one of the comments that was made, that there was not a clear gap, a clear link to the research question from the lit review. if I'm not if I'm not wrong, I think we said that it was significant because we wanted to see whether existing theories of information seeking behavior still applied in pandemic situations, so that we have a better understanding of whether they need to be reviewed in terms of dissemination of information, something along those lines. I can't exactly. But what we need to do, I suppose, is to then back that up, beef that up a little bit more, I suppose. If you can find something in the literature, or because your results actually show that it is different.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of articulating that a little bit, reverse engineering and articulating that a little bit clearer, to see, so that it leads to the end point. Do you get what I mean? So that it finishes on a high and go, I've answered my research question. And it's really important.
I will think about it when I'm doing my my discussion chapter, and as I said, you can give me some more.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Erin, could it also be just tweaking, because the lit review that she did, right, prior to COVID, at the end, maybe just inserting a paragraph in there goes, these are the existing information models, blah, blah, blah. However, it's worthwhile to note that these information seeking models have been developed in whatever years, from when to when, and have not been relied upon for pandemic situations or circumstances or something like that. So you're sort of highlighting that there is a gap there, and then trying to tie it together when you're discussing the significance, why it is important.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Did you get that, Ishan? We'll just have to go with that. We'll just put little statements here and there within the lit review that leads to that. That's why I'm doing this, and it's important.
Yeah, find out the gaps. So
you might already have it in your lit review. It's a matter of a paragraph, a short paragraph, or 2 or 3 sentences to bring that out a little bit more.
Okay.
Existing information theories, models, whatever, have been developed in 1999 or 1997 or whatever, and have not been applied in when a pandemic has occurred, and therefore, want to see if in a pandemic, when we're disseminating information, we want to find out whether it is actually catering to people's information behavior. Yeah, and so that's why it's important. Something along those lines. I'm not articulating it very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have no other questions, but I just need to still continue to work on my discussion chapter.
Yeah. And I don't mean to put the pressure on Ishan, but you're running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really have to try and speed things up a little bit. I don't like to tell you this because then I'm worried that it's just going to go pear-shaped. But you do need to be working under time constraints.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise we are not going to have enough time for you. We are not going to be able to get another extension.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can work to that. So I put some comments down. Again, they are very superficial comments because these are like it's just what I see at the moment. And I think the focus of this presentation is to showcase, because you've already done a lit review and you've already done a methodology presentation. So the showcase of this presentation, while you need to bring in the lit review and the methodology, will be how you've analyzed your results and the discussion of the results. I think that's what the focal point should be.
I think so. I think I agree with you on that one, and that's what it is. They've seen your methodology, they've seen your literature review. Now they want to know, now you found what you found, what is it and what does that mean? And how do you answer your research questions? So that's what they're really looking for. So the discussion chapter we need to get done.
You do have the marking rubrics, don't you, Ishan, of the presentation?
The what?
The marking rubrics.
Yes.
The CRM.
Yes.
You do have, yeah. So a good way to have a look is what is the CRA looking for?
Okay.
Breakdown. If you look at the marking rubrics, right? Like for us as markers, when we're attending the presentation, there's a lot of breakdown. You know, like do the questions actually adequately, do the results actually adequately answer the research question? You know, is the methodology rigorous and all that sort of thing. So look at the sub questions within the rubrics, and make sure that you actually address those issues.
Okay.
Because you've done a very detailed data analysis, there's no doubt about it. It's bringing all of that work that you've done to the surface so that anyone that's sitting and listening to your presentation just go, oh, okay, you know, she did thematic analysis, she found this, and this, which is a feel of what I got in the previous presentations that I've attended. And we don't want that to happen to you because you've done a lot of work, and that a lot of work to come across in your presentation. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Anything
All right,
else?
what we'll do. Anything else?
I have no questions now.
That's okay. So what we'll do is we'll let you get back to your discussion chapter. As soon as Ming Chao and I get that, we'll look at it. So then hopefully we can spend Thursday on working on your slides and also just tidying up anything we need to pull out your discussion chapter to help support your presentation, because the presentation is the thing that's due next, but we need your discussion chapter to be able to finalize your presentation. So
yeah, so the focus should be your discussion chapter, because otherwise you've got nothing to present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right, we'll be on email. Keep on going. So close.
Okay.
Keep on going.
Thank you for your help.
Cool.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. See you
Bye.
Friday. Bye.